2023 Land Rover Range Rover Sport Autobiography Phev First Drive. Having introduced the new 5th generation Range Rover in 2022, Land Rover delivers an encore for the 2023 model year with the introduction of the smaller Range Rover Sport, a two-row rendition of Range Rover's Toniste SUV, but tuned for a bit more athleticism without any reduction in its indulgent opulence. But while this Range Rover is a bit more of a city slicker, it's every bit as capable off-road as you'd expect. Overview. While smaller than the Range Rover Sport is no shrinking violet. It's still a sizable SUV. Built on Land Rover's MLA Flex platform, which also underpins the larger Range Rover, the Range Rover Sport sports many of its larger siblings' tech and powertrains, including hybrid, plug-in hybrid and V8 powertrains. While there's no full EV version, it wouldn't be surprising if one appears next year as a 2024 model. Exterior. The Range Rover Sport's tidier size and more athletic stance distinguish it from its bigger brother. Yes, it shares its looks, and still benefits from the reductionist design so expertly carried out by the design staff at Land Rover. But its demeanor is different, its face a bit more defiant, with a faster windshield angle. Its back end is more chiseled than the smooth, chic back end of its sibling, but it still carries an air that suits its station. The Range Rover Sport is a city kid, the larger Rover's muscular sibling that also happens to sport a tuxedo. It's an off-roader shod in Pirelli tires with slim sidewalls. It's slick, and its touch. Its roof rack can carry up to 220 pounds. Interior. Climb inside, and you'll find the same impeccable execution and exquisite materials you'd expect. But unlike the Range Rover, there are subtle differences, such as out-test vehicle's carbon fiber trim, and a seating position that's lower, with a beltline that's higher. The center console is taller as well, to lend more of a cockpit feel to the front of the cabin. Legroom is a bit dearer in the second row than it is in the larger Rover, but the Sport's athletic intentions put somewhat less of a priority on the second row. And it's filled with thoughtful design, such as space underneath the center console to stash stuff, a 15-watt wireless device charger and chilled center console bin large enough to hold drinks. Best of all, Land Rover's reductionist design philosophy lends the interior a modern vibe that's calming. Luggage space is plentiful, measuring a generous 29.5 cubic feet, as you'd expect. It expands to 65.7 cubic feet with the second row folded. Powertrain. The 2023 Land Rover Sport starts with the P360 SE and its turbocharged 3.0-liter straight-six mild hybrid driveline that generates 355 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. Opt for the P400 SE Dynamic, and you'll get 395 horsepower and 406 pound-feet of torque. Next comes the P440e Autobiography, a plug-in hybrid model with the same gas engine, but rated at 434 horsepower and 619 pound-feet of torque that provides 48 miles of all-electric driving, thanks to a 105 kilowatt electric motor and 31.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack. But the sportiest of sport performance comes from the P530 First Edition, with its twin turbocharged 4.4-liter V8 producing 523 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque, and delivering 60 miles per hour in 4.3 seconds, a bit faster than the PHEV's 5.5 seconds. And it can tow up to 7,700 pounds depending on powertrain. As with the Range Rover, the Sport is fitted with an air suspension with twin-valve active dampers, all-wheel steering, an electronic active differential with torque vectoring, and adaptive off-road cruise control, not to mention Land Rover's excellent terrain response system. Safety and technology. Neither the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, nor the Insurance Institute for Highway Traffic Safety Administration have tested the 2023 Range Rover Sport. Advanced driver assistance systems include emergency braking, 3D surround camera, front and rear parking sensors, wade sensing, maneuvering lights, driver condition monitor, lane keep assist and traffic sign recognition.
(2023) Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. Starting at $37,845 est. Overview. When Toyota redesigned its full-size Tundra pickup for 2022 after 14 years of selling the same basic model, it opted for Evolution rather than Revolution. It doesn't change the big pickup status quo, though it also doesn't follow the domestic pickup truck blueprint exactly. For one thing, it's the only full-size pickup in the half-ton segment without an optional V8 engine. Powered exclusively by a twin-turbocharged V6, the base version of the engine comes with either 348 or 379 horsepower, depending upon the model, while the more powerful hybridized variant produces 437 horsepower with 583 pound-feet of torque. Every Tundra employs a 10-speed automatic transmission with either rear or four-wheel drive. Unlike domestic pickups, there's no automatic four-wheel drive system available. The Tundra comes as either an extended or crew cab, and offers a 5.5-, 6.5- or 8.1-foot bed depending on cab size and trim. Its 7 tiers of equipment cover the needs of worksite, business, off-road, and suburbia where a dressy interior is required. This Texas-made truck has a Longhorn-sized optional infotainment screen that measures 14.0 inches wide. The 2022 major redesign brought a new coil spring rear suspension, which gives it a comfortable ride. Other trucks that utilize leaf springs bounce and jiggle more. A 12,000-pound max towing capacity is impressive, but it's not as high as what the Ram 1500, Chevrolet Silverado 1500, or Ford F-150 offer. What's new for 2023? As the Tundra was just redesigned last year, Toyota keeps its full-size pickup mostly the same for 2023. New this year for the SR5 trims the SX appearance package that adds black and dark gray design elements to the Tundra's exterior and interior trim. The SX package includes dark gray 18-inch wheels, black door handles, body trim, rear bumper middle section, and darkens the rear 4x4 badge. The interior accents are also changed to black, and the Tundra door badges are removed. The SX package can be added to white, silver, gray, or black exterior paint options. The 2022 Tundra has a higher starting price than its domestic rivals. However, the Toyota's entry-level SR trim has more desirable standard features, including a 379 horsepower twin-turbo V6 and a coil spring rear suspension. Coil spring rear suspension is also standard on the Ram 1500. We think the one to get is the SR5 with the TRD off-road package that brings an electronically locking rear differential, unique wheels, upgraded suspension, and other additions. Engine, transmission, and performance. The 2022 Tundra is the only full-size pickup truck that's not available with a V8 engine. Instead, it's only offered with a twin-turbo V6 and a 10-speed automatic transmission. This engine comes in 3 different potencies. On the base SR trim, the non-hybrid engine develops 348 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque. Otherwise, it makes 389 horses and 479 pound-feet. At our test track, our non-hybrid limited test truck delivered a 6.1 second 0 to 60 mph time. The hybrid version features an electric motor integrated into the transmission, which allows pure electric driving at low speeds. The combination generates a combined 437 horses and 583 pound-feet and trimmed the 0 to 60 mph time to just 5.7 seconds. Also changed from its predecessor is the rear suspension, which previously utilized a leaf spring setup. The Tundra now utilizes a more refined coil spring rear suspension that improves its ride and handling characteristics. This was evident with the versions we've driven. Toyota continues to offer the popular TRD Off-Road and TRD Sport packages. The former includes an off-road suspension, skid plates, and unique wheels. The latter includes a lowered suspension and 20-inch wheels. Those seeking maximum off-road capabilities will want the TRD Pro, which features a lifted suspension and exclusive dampers as well as a special set of black 18-inch wheels mounted on all-terrain tires. Towing and payload capacity. The Tundra is capable of towing up to 12,000 pounds, which is slightly lower than other full-size trucks.